got one going Diet Coke. Diet Coke.
Coach, we'll let you open up with a statement, your thoughts on the game, and then we'll go with the questions.
Great start. Thought obviously that our ball movement, our tempo, I thought we had great energy to open the game. Leighton was absolutely electric with his effort. Big challenge coming into this game was controlling the glass. That's one thing that they do. The Thomas kid had 9 offensive rebounds in their first game. I don't care who you do that against. That's a big-time effort. He had 5 against our team last year. You know, we took that challenge on, and he took that challenge on, and then it was great to see. We all know, you guys know better than I probably, how capable he is as a scorer and as a guy who can make some shots. And so it was really good to see him get going, as well as Mitchell. And, you know, we got 6 rebounds out of Mitch tonight. We got 4 of them on the offensive side. We need that from Mitch. And you got a couple staples in the head, and by golly, it helped him. So, you know, we'll take those numbers from our front court every single night out. But all in all, I thought it was a terrific first half, and really challenged him the second half to try to maintain that. I know human nature becomes a little more difficult, but 6 guys in double figures, 22 assists, 10 turnovers. Good numbers. Good numbers.
Questions for Coach?
A word I like is catalyst, and it kind of sounds the way you were talking about Leighton Hammonds at the beginning. He kind of served that role, but then real quickly in the first half, it looked like Jeffrey Carroll kind of picked that up, and he was in the same mode at that point when he came off the bench.
Well, you guys, the one thing I'll try to work very hard on is developing a bench, and I've given it tremendous thought and trying to balance that, and you know, I like Tavarius, I like Jeffrey. Knowing I've got Brandon as a freshman guard, I like that experience and that balance of those perimeter guys, because there's tremendous productivity from all of those guys. And then you put Lindy in there with Jeff with Juwan and Phil, so you've got a nice little blend there. So yeah, Jeff's playing great. I mean, goodness gracious, Jeff's been one of the best players in this conference in the first 3 games, and doing it in a lot of areas. And it's not just scoring, but you know, on the glass. So you know, it's great when Leighton gets going, and you know, I'm coming to expect that from Jeff on a very consistent basis.
You had 1 day of practice between Monday and Wednesday. What did you try to handle between games?
Did you ask them? The one area that we didn't do a very good job of tonight was transition defense again, and that was in the second half. We went 3 hours. And we have to learn that, you know, we're 63rd in the country in defensive efficiency. That's not good enough. That's not going to allow us to win championships and win big games. We've got to continue to work. We've still got to continue to work. Tonight was better for 20 minutes. I thought the last group did a great job. We have to make possessions hard. We have to take great pride in getting a stop. We have to take a little anger, I don't know, whatever word you want to use, when a team scores on us. And our objective is to make sure that teams have to score through us, not because we make a mistake. And if we make a mistake, that we've got somebody there recovering and fighting to try to cover for him. And we're getting there, but we're not there yet. So we worked on that for quite some time yesterday.
Coach, you said recently your team needed to communicate better. How do they communicate tonight?
We put them on the treadmill yesterday. If they didn't, it was better. We're still getting hung up on screens. We're still not vocal enough. We have certain guys that are very. Jeff Carroll's been great. Jeff does it as well as anybody. Phil does it. You know, Jawan's a pointer, and he's a guy that has to continue to get better. And, you know, and that's an area that we're really on Mitch, because they put his man in a lot of ball screens, and he's not a extremely loud person. It's just his voice, but we got to get him vocal lessons or something, I guess. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
You mentioned Mitch, and aside from the staples of the jersey number and the size of the jersey, what was different for him tonight?
Jersey was the wrong size, little tight.
No name on the back.
No, I like the no name on the back. No, being able to stay in the game. You know, he's had such limited minutes, and a lot of the fouls he's picked up haven't been his fault. He's been covering. He's an extremely intelligent player, and you know, the only downside to Mitchell's game tonight was he missed a free throw or two, that because he's an 80+% free throw shooter and should never miss, in my opinion. But you know, he can make elbow jumpers, he can make threes, and it's just tremendous to see his impact because he's got a big body, especially on the offensive glass.
What do you think of Tyler's lob?
I guess he'll have a way to remember his first three in an Oklahoma State uniform, but it's really one of the things Tyler does the best is pass, and to know one was that far off. But no, I'm happy for him. He's worked awfully hard to come back from an ACL and find his way back on the court, and he's a you know, as a dad speaking, I was pretty proud of him, whether it was actually a shot or a lob, but tonight it went in.
Look ahead, if you would. You feel like you guys have done enough to be ready for this trip?
I think we've improved. I think we're getting ready to find all that out. I think there's the main reason for a day like yesterday. Not as much UNO as what we face. One thing that I want to continue to do here at Oakland, we've got to play good people. Our league is so good, and our league beat #1 team in the country last night, and we got to grow sometime. And let's find out and let's see. And I like the improvement we've made at both ends of the court, and we've seen different styles. We've seen different. This was a big team. We've seen a team in Central Arkansas who was very small, and so we've seen some different things. And let's go strap it on and see where we're at. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the challenge. And I know our guys are.
Anything else, guys? Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Obviously, the team leaves for Hawaii pretty early on Friday. If you guys need anything, any players, anything like that, let me know. We can get them on the phone for you.
Okay.
3 a.m. wake up.
Phil, any insight into yesterday's practice?
Worked on a lot of defense, a lot of transition defense, a lot of defense, and you know, just giving up that many points is definitely something that we can't do. We had a lot of things to correct, and so we took that time to work on the necessary things, and then come out here tonight and try to fix that.
You guys talked about practice being difficult at times this year. Where did that one rank?
You know, it was intense. You know, kind of like every other practice is. You know, I think the coaches try to challenge us mentally, and probably more than physically yesterday. But you know, going in as players, we knew what we had to do. We knew we had to improve. You know, giving up 90 points. Not trying to take anything away from Central Arkansas, but we can't. No matter who we're playing, we can't give up that many points. And so, definitely had to work on transition defense, and you know, not playing defense without fouling is something we're trying to get adjusted to. And so, those are some of the things that we tried to work on yesterday.
Coming into the season, you guys were saying Coach had you just working on straight defense for like the first almost week of practice. So, where are these 3 straight 100-point games coming from?
I mean, just running. I mean, Coach wants us to run in transition. Try to get in the pass lane, get easy buckets. But I mean,
we got a point guard like Juwan Evan and a shooter like Phil Forte. I mean, the points are going to come. We just got to play hard on defense.
How'd you guys feel about this being a well-rounded effort? Do you feel like it was the best one of the first three?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of guys in double figures. I mean, we're sharing the ball really good today. But our main thing was defense. I mean, we were just playing great on defense. Everybody was, and that kind of gave us some energy on offense and sharing the ball, easy baskets, and kind of made it easy for us.
Leighton, what did you take from yesterday?
What was sort of the message you heard?
Just got to be better on defense. I mean, we got to rebound too. So, I mean, especially the bigs, because this team was a pretty good offensive rebounding team. So, I mean, we're just trying to be our best today on defense and on the rebounding aspect of it. But, I mean, just trying to play hard on defense.
You had a three in the second half that bounced off the rim and seemed to go up forever, and it came back down. What were you thinking? I saw you held the follow through.
You just smile and laugh at it. I mean, it still goes in the book as 3 points, you know, so definitely not how I draw it up, but I guess just a little shooter's touch.
Do you think Solomon needs just a tighter jersey? Was that the secret for him tonight?
Whatever it is, you know, we need him out there for sure. He's one of our best players, the way he plays the game, how smart he is, and just what all he brings to our team. You know, we can't have him in foul trouble or Leighton, you know, and so it was good to see, you know, especially keep Leighton in the game, and, you know, he got in his groove early, and, you know, that's what you see out of him when he's on the floor, and we need him on the floor, and we need Mitch on the floor too, especially coming up against some of these teams that have bigger guys, and, you know, they know that, and it's always good to see them get out there and, you know, not get in foul trouble as much.
You talked the other night about pretty soon the competition's going to get better, and that pretty soon is coming up pretty quick. How are you guys looking forward to that trip and the teams you'll be playing?
I mean, that's what you want, and you know, growing up as a kid, that's a tournament you're always watching as a basketball fan, the Mount Invitational, and always around Thanksgiving. That's a tournament that I've always watched growing up as a kid. So to be able to play in that, you know, is a huge honor and something we're looking forward to. You know, this team hasn't really been, you know, tested yet against some NCAA tournament teams, so that'll be a challenge that we're looking forward to. And just take it one game at a time. You go out there, we try to get better still. Nothing changes. We got to do what we do, and then, you know, you just take it one game at a time and go from there.
Leighton, UConn's a name everybody knows. So just, if you would, comment about going and opening with them specifically.
I mean, they're a great team. I mean, we just gotta do what we do. Play defense, come out with great energy, intensity, rebound, and run in transition, and just do what we do. I mean, they're a great team. They're an NCAA tournament team, so we just gotta accept the challenge.
Anything else, guys?
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, fellas.